Hey, hi, hello, how's it going, Hope you're doing well. Me, myself, still not doing well. You still might be able to hear it. I'm a bit sick, a bit under the weather, got the sniffles going on here. But you know who's having a worse day than I am? Old Brady Ebert, formerly of the band Turnstile, and now, as of today, formerly of the band The Set. Now, over the last, couple weeks or so, Brady Ebert's been in the news quite a bit. So if you haven't been following the story, I'll give you the speed run here really quick. So Brady Ebert, he is the former guitar player of the band Turnstile. And a couple weeks ago, he announced that he and his new band is coming out with a record. They're going to be called The Set, The Self-Evident Truth. And everybody was pretty stoked to be hearing about it. They seem to be standing up for a lot of beliefs, standing up for the social causes of the world out there that we need a voice, you know? So they're out there doing that. I was pretty stoked to see it. I did a video kind of reacting to that video, and I was pretty stoked about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was very excited about all of that. And I was like, okay, Brady Ebert and the new Baltimore band The Set are gonna be the guys waving the flag in the punk rock world that we need. So I was pretty stoked about that. Turns out he still had a bee in his bonnet as it pertains to Turnstile, because Turnstile posted a thing to their story, and the thing that they posted was a billboard that said, "Fuck ICE." Now, Brady Ebert, instead of being stoked about the band getting on board with this cause, he said, they're a bunch of fake activists, they're posers essentially, nobody in Turnstile cares about these causes, is the claim that he made. Now, he made these claims in an Instagram post when a guy named Jesse Lee reposted that Turnstile story. So I made another video, naturally, about this. And I was very much, kind of on the fence at this point. I didn't really know what to think of the whole situation, but I reported the story as I saw it. You know, there wasn't really much going on other than chatting shit. And that was my overall take after everything. I wasn't really taking sides, but I was saying that these are the kinds of things people are like slinging across the aisle at one another. And I also said, Turnstile's probably not gonna respond. And Turnstile, I was correct, did not respond to any of that stuff. And of course, why would they? But anyway, another day went by, and Brady kept crashing out on his Instagram stories. He was posting all of these fucking like ChatGPT queries, like, what is gaslighting, and what is a smear campaign, and that kind of stuff, insinuating that that is what Turnstile did to him when he got kicked out of Turnstile all those years ago. And then Brady claimed that Turnstile put a restraining order on them that they didn't even show up to court for, and that the judge favored Brady in that whole situation. So I covered that. I was like, this is all so crazy. Why is he posting to the stories? Why is he using ChatGPT? But at this point, I was pretty pissed off at the whole ICE situation, you know, and I was pretty easily susceptible to bias. So Brady was the one standing up for that sort of stuff, and he was calling out fake people. So I was on his side at this point, but I still was saying, these guys are probably just slinging shit back and forth at one another. And it really was just that. There was no corroborating evidence, just people saying shit, being dramatic, and that kind of thing. And then another story came out where Brady posted a testimonial from another fan saying that not only is everything that Brady's saying true about this band, but the drummer, Daniel Fang, well, he's racist and used to make a bunch of racist jokes. These were all the claims that were coming towards Turnstile and all their members from their former guitar player, Brady Ebert, in public, on his social platforms, and that was kind of where it sat for a little bit. A couple days went by, no big deal. Turnstile then won a bunch of Grammy Awards. I wasn't expecting that amidst all of this drama, amidst all of this shit slinging from Baltimore independent, local, underground hardcore bands, you know? It's like, okay, well, I guess we're doing this now. We're winning Grammy Awards. So that confirmed to me that Turnstile, okay, well, they're not gonna respond to old Brady. Brady's crashing out, talking to robots, posting his chat logs with his robots to his stories, and expecting everybody to be on his side. I will admit, I was on his side at that point because I was very much passionate the fuck ICE movement or whatever. But I really should have thought this through a little bit more, because even though maybe Daniel Fang and Turnstile and them, maybe they aren't as passionate about these topics, as Brady, but that doesn't mean they were disingenuous with their post, you know? And I also made that point in my last video about it. Hey man, they could have had a turn of heart. Who knows? I'm not the arbiter of truth out here when it comes to Turnstile's authenticity as it pertains to their Instagram posts, right? But these guys are slinging shit back and forth, and now, after Turnstile won some Grammys, the dust settled a little bit. His new band, The Set, Self-Evident Truth, posted this thing that you see on the screen right here to their Instagram profile. It just keeps getting more dramatic. This thing says the following, and I quote, "Brady is no longer a member of The Set. We will not stand by his ridiculous comments and behavior towards the members of our band and our community. We will continue to put on for Baltimore hardcore, and thank you everyone for their support." Well, there you have it. They're out here saying his behavior is ridiculous, and they're not going to stand by any of it. But then there's a questionable thing in here. It says the comments made towards our band. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find any comments that Brady made towards The Set themselves. All I know about is him calling out his former band and slinging all that shit that I just went over. So if you know the kind of things that he said about The Set, I would like to know about that. But unfortunately, the comments are turned off on this post because I guess they don't want to keep the drama going. But I will also say that that's not really the best look. When you're amidst the drama, stifling the conversation isn't a good look. I really think the comments should be turned on. People should be allowed to voice their concerns, ask their questions, because I do have questions, but I'm not going to go into their DMs asking them about their fucking interpersonal band drama or whatever. Now, I have no idea why they waited a whole week or 2 weeks, whatever it's been, to kick him out of the band if they really were that embarrassed about his ridiculous behavior, or if this really has something to do with the whole Grammy nomination and Turnstile now being in the public eye and it being kind of like a political move. I'm not here to say either of those things are true because I have no idea. That would be speculation, and I would say that would be fair speculation if somebody was saying that, being like, oh, this is just a political move because their Baltimore friends, Turnstile, are now Grammy award-winning hardcore band, Turnstile. So it could be a little bit political, it could be genuine. I'm not 100% sure about any of that, but that is where the cards fell at the end of the day. Brady is not having a good day, got kicked out of another band, and it looks like, yeah, his behavior has always been the problem. It really does look like now he is the drama, and it's kind of like there's a nail in that coffin, you know? When you're chatting with the robots, when you're putting those chat logs under the story, when you're going in day after day, when you're calling your former bandmates racist for no reason just because you didn't like their post on Instagram or whatever. And it wasn't like he was calling them out for anything shitty that they've done. You know, they were actually supporting a movement that he supported. He just didn't think it was coming from a genuine place or whatever. So I don't even know if that much is fair for him to have done that, to have called them out for supporting a cause that he in turn supports. So I'm not exactly sure, bro, how I feel about The Set right now, and about Turnstile, and about Brady Ebert. Alls I know is that it's all very, very dramatic, and it's interestingly timed because this all kicked off, like I said, because The Set are coming out with a record. Now, I don't know if their record is going to be marred in controversy now that it has all this associated to it, but I don't think they have anything to worry about politically speaking. And I don't mean left versus right when I say politically speaking. I mean like within the community, within the hardcore scene, within the politics of punk rock. Because it in itself is a very political nightmare. So, the timing of all this is all very interesting, is all I'm gonna say. And if anybody feels any particular way about it, I don't really have any arguments for it. Everybody's kind of fair in what they think about this situation, but I think that at the end of the day, Brady might need to do a little bit of self-reflection because now this is 2 bands that he flushed down the toilet. And not only 2 bands, a community, the labels, everything. Because a guy in that band, in The Set, also runs the label that the record was going to come out on. He just keeps shooting himself in the foot over and over and over again. And at this point, it's kind of embarrassing. So after the first video, I wasn't even sure I was going to make a follow-up video, let alone a video about the Grammys, and let alone a video about Brady getting kicked out. We're 4 videos into this drama now, and this drama is basically a saga at this point. And I'm not going to argue, I'm not going to complain, that is what it is. The channel needed stuff to talk about. It's just unfortunate that it had to come at the cost of this poor guy's reputation. He is seemingly crashing out like crazy. He needs a hug. He needs a therapist. He might need some medication. I'm not exactly sure what the guy needs, but he might need to step away from the internet. He might need to step away from music for a little bit. I don't think it's very healthy for this guy. The bands that this guy pissed away, man. Turnstile, they won Grammys, bro. And you're just fucking, all right, guess I don't need that band anymore. And while they're out there winning Grammys, and I'm starting a new underground punk band, I'm gonna piss off everybody here as well. Jesus Christ almighty, Brady. I really want to keep being on your side. I loved your riffs. I loved your guitar playing, but this is just too embarrassing at this point. I cannot endorse it. I must disavow Brady Ebert for his ridiculous behavior as well. I'm here in the middle just chasing down another Gambit. Hopefully I can get him. Oh, I got him. I 1v1 the Gambit here at the end of this video. So, thank you so much for sticking around for all of these Turnstile updates. I really want to know what you have to say about any of it down there in the comments. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been forgetting to mention all of that sort of stuff in recent videos, and it really does help out. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, and you're still here, goddamn, it would be really nice if you went over there and hit like. And most people that watch this fucking video, most people that watch all of these videos actually, they're not even subscribed to the channel. Could you imagine? So, now's your chance to fix that. So if you would consider subscribing to the channel, I would be forever indebted. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye, see you later, have a good one or whatever.